master and PhD level. And it already provides training in global competencies, languages, and a wide range of subjects in English. International, cultural, scientific and sport activities enable us to promote mobility, multilingualism, integration and intercultural knowledge among regions. Events that can, this new academic year, be held in person and will further strengthen the ties between our institutions. Partnerships with companies are another strategic focus of EUNICE, generating new professional development opportunities for students and researchers. Outstanding examples of this are the industrial workshops and the new international internship portal. Additionally, new industrial doctorate and entrepreneurship training programs will soon be launched. In the field of research, EUNICE promotes joint projects by coordinating the R&D resources and agendas of its universities and providing support for the companies, as well as nurturing the abundant talent within the alliance. These actions are reinforced by the activities of the EUNICE Research Project, EUNICE, such as the creation of digital platforms based on the latest technologies, artificial intelligence to connect related research teams, blockchain to publish open research papers, and much more. EUNICE's vocation is to serve its society and therefore seeks key partners among institutions, NGOs, companies, and students, creating links in a large community that grows every day for our common goal, to build the University of the Future. EUNICE, the European University for Customized Education, is part of the European Commission's strategy to boost higher education through alliances between universities. After almost 2 years of joint effort, EUNICE has seen the first outcomes of the project. Now the alliance opens its doors to 3 new partners who will help build the new University of the Future. Our innovative vision extended to the Polytechnic Institute of Viseu, the University of Karlstad and the University of the Peloponnese. And what does EUNICE offer its students? A virtual campus, a new flexible academic offer, and the possibility to interact with students and professors from other universities. A more inclusive, more international, wider European university. EUNICE is co-creating entirely new study programs at bachelor, master and PhD level, and it already provides training in global competencies, languages and a wide range of subjects in English. International, cultural, scientific and sport activities enable us to promote mobility, multilingualism, integration.
Hello everyone and welcome. Today we gather to watch together third EUNICE chess tournament. Your today hosts will be Lara Hernandez. Hello Lara, it's great to see you.
Hello Jan. Hello Jan, nice to see you too.
And myself, my name is Jan Kabzinski, and I am very excited to greet you not only as a commentator, but also as a co-organizer of this event. Lara, could you tell us something about today's time control of this event, and also about the prize that contestants can win?
Sure, so it's a lichess tournament. It will last 9 rounds. The games are 3 minutes plus 2 seconds, and there will be 20 seconds between each rounds. So it will last around 2 hours. And the winner will win a voucher of 320 euros. Yeah, that's it.
That's a great prize in my opinion, because most tournaments that I play don't have such prizes. Yeah. Maybe something like 1/3. So there is a big stake. Okay, so let's see a game from last year's winner, because I remember this nick. His name is Mikołaj Nowak. He's from Poznań University of Technology, so it's my university. And what is this position about? Let's see.
It's already taking a clear, not clear, but small edge, let's say, because he already has a bishop pair and also space advantage. So yeah, it's just you don't have to rush in this kind of position. You just need to at some point open up the position for your bishops, and you will just get a very nice position, especially nice to play in blitz because it's easy, you know, to improve such a position. So yeah, it's already looking good for him, I would say.
Yes, this light-colored bishop looks very active, and white has. I think that white has some problems, not because not having light-scored bishop. I like the d4 square for
the d4 square
the
is an
knight.
idea. Yeah,
and those are the improvements that white should look for. But fixing this pawn structure doesn't seem good.
Yeah, I mean it's not so easy for him to push, because if he pushes too far, the pawns will be weak, and he cannot really go on the b file because the g6 bishop is doing a nice job. So it's not easy to push his majority. So now it's very good. He's bringing the king back, I think, towards the center. But yeah, you're right. You have to deal with this d4 square at some point. That is especially annoying because if a knight comes there, it's not easy to see how black will progress. So yeah, it's actually not so easy. So e8, okay, and I don't know, maybe once the knight arrives on d4, it's actually I like white now, because from a theory point of view, black is better in this kind of position. But here, because of the d4 square, and now the knight will be so strong on d4, it's not so easy to see how black will pass. But I think at some point you have to play f6 to try to open up the position for the bishops. So I'm not sure.
That's a very good point. I think that it would help really the bishop pair, because as you know, bishops really like space. And as we have such a close position, this knight is, I think, doing better job than so we have a fork.
Yeah.
So
I think he was waiting. Rook e1 is good in a way because you want to prevent f6, but yeah, unfortunately there is this bishop d2 winning a pawn.
Yes, so you should always look for tactics, because those are things that
yeah. So I think now
show who will win.
You can actually skip the game, maybe. Seconds, maybe not now, but it's. I
maybe
think
not now, but it's at the verge of winning. For black.
Now it will win. It will win. So it will be an exchange up. So all he needs to do is just to open up a position with f6 and open up files for the rooks. Wow, he's trying to be very aesthetic here. He doesn't want to the rook right now. He wants to wait a little bit. Yeah, it's obviously you don't have to rush. It's not like the rook is gonna escape it.
Yes. Both are still to be taken. And the thing is, I talked to Mikołaj after last year's edition, and I really appreciated his patience, which we can see at the moment, because he could take either this rook or this rook, but he's waiting, he's improving his position. But he told me that he was thinking about that it was too slow. But for me, it's masterpiece. Thinking about slowly improving, not rushing.
Yeah, of course. It's always how good players play. So yeah, it's very good. At some point, I think you can just take on c1 and play e5, but it will play now. So yeah, it's very good. And now you just simplify the position and you just push your pass pawns. So yeah, bringing the king to b5 is good. And not sure about g8 because he will play g4. So it's more like you want.
Okay.
You want to play f5, f5 and e5, and you just want to open up the position no matter what. Probably even
you're right.
d4 at some point right now is going to work. Yeah, maybe he wants rook e7 and then d4. Or rook d7 now. The king moved. So yeah, just d4. And you just. Yeah. The rook is just too strong. And the bishop actually on b6 looks a little bit silly now because he's doing nothing. So yeah, just.
That's completely true. Yes, bishop c5 only. What about?
Yeah,
Okay,
rook e6
so
was.
he was f5 was a threat, so
Yeah.
that's why he didn't play it.
Yeah. So I think just now you can just double up on the f file, but okay, he's running a little bit out of time, so. Okay, so he gave the pawn back, but okay, it's completely winning. Just king b5 and pushing.
Probably
you can, if there is another game, you can.
Yes, I think that I will go to the something other, but how many games do we have left? So maybe this. Oh, it refreshed. Okay, so here we have queen ending.
Yes, queen ending. So it should be a draw.
It should be right, but I think that we can see something interesting here.
Yeah, always. If white succeeds in exchanging maybe the queens at some point, but yeah, it's
yes.
So now,
that's
yeah.
the thing. When we have ability to check, we should always look for those. And here.
And now it's winning, so you should have taken and take the opposition with the king. And
yes.
It was just winning. So now it's again a draw. So let's say if he will succeed. But yeah, basically white should exchange as soon as he can.
Did you see our viewers cannot see it, but after this check, white offered draw. That's
Dude, it goes too fast. You cannot analyze. Okay, so what? Okay.
Oh, white is going
sorry,
upwards.
I was looking at from the wrong side. Okay, so it's even more winning than I said. Okay.
Okay, so we can go back. It looked very silly. Okay, so this.
Yeah.
Okay, so black resigned, so we have all games.
Yeah, but maybe we don't have time to just look many games. You're right. Maybe we just look at one by one. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay, so for our viewers, if you have some questions for us, if you have some players you want to look at with us,
sure,
just tell us on the chat, and I hope that we would see your comments. At the moment, we have lots of highs, and wishing good luck.
Already saw that there was some draws very early on.
Yeah, that was comical.
Yeah. Some players drew in 2 seconds. They didn't want to play.
Maybe there were friends who didn't want to determine who's
maybe,
better.
but still, it's blitz, so.
That's true. It's very easy to make a mistake. So, okay, so let's see at this game, and we have London system, which is very popular at the lower levels, but also great players like Magnus Carlsen and Alireza Firouzja play them.
It's still validated by strong players. It's not just for.
Yes. I think that usually going for excursion with your queen on b6 make problems for black, because when you have this e6 pawn, it's from my perspective, because I play those positions, it's hard to get active, because after knight to e5, maybe retreating the bishop, going for f4, I sometimes feel suffocated. So without it, for me, it's hard to make progress.
Black can play with b6 and bishop b7 and try to play for the e4 square. And it's usually where your advantage lies for black. So yeah, you should try to occupy the e4 square. If not, it's exactly what you said. Black will be crushed by white's attack. So it's very important to play b6, because the c8 bishop is a bad bishop. So you really need to do something active with it. So yeah, just b6, bishop b7. Maybe some players you can even try sometimes b6, a5, bishop a6, and try to exchange it against g3 bishop. It can happen.
Yes, it's a very, very good plan. White would prevent it probably with queen to e2.
But you can insist with queen c8 maybe and just try to.
That's true, but we have to play bishop to b7, then queen to c8, and then and also a5. So there are lots of moves that we have to
That's
eliminate.
why you can also play just b6, bishop b7, and try to play for e4, for putting a knight on e4. But okay, the way he plays, White is not playing super active right now. So he transferred his knight to g6, which is a good defender of the king side. Yeah, b6, okay. And
Queen e2 and e4. What about it?
You will open up the long diagonal for the light square bishop. If you do that, then the b7 bishop will be super happy, on this very long diagonal.
You're right.
So yeah, I think Black's position is actually very fine now because he already managed to play c5. He will finish his development very soon, and there is no real attack. It's not so easy to know what to do with White. Okay, he should maybe put a knight on e5 at some point.
Yes, that's also my idea to make
yeah, but
it.
maybe you can just take it, and the bishop on h2 looks silly after it. After there is a pawn on.
Okay, so that was what happened actually.
Yeah, bishop d6. Okay. Trying to exchange the. But okay, maybe bishop b7 I would prefer. But okay, yeah. Actually, the e5 bishop is actually quite strong, so it's good to get rid of it. Maybe
I
just
thought that queen to c7, but then we would have spoiled damaged structure.
Yeah, true. So it's not possible. Yeah, I think I would maybe bishop b7. Yes, and knight e4 is you have to play it at some point. You have to occupy this square with your knight. So
yeah, since we have this bishop that supports the d5 pawn,
yeah,
we would have a nice outpost for our knight.
Yeah. So now the time control is starting to be very little. So we'll see an interesting endgame. So rook e1, okay. So he's cannot play e4, so I'm not sure why rook e1 is played, but maybe he just doesn't know how to improve. Maybe just queen e2 and rook d1 or rook c1 as well. Okay, e2.
Why rook c1?
Because at some point maybe black will take on d4 and open up the c file to get ready for the c file.
Of course. So that was the moves Lara is talking about.
Yeah, maybe a5 is actually a nice idea with White because you want to maybe open up the a file. Would have been.
Or maybe even go for a6.
Yeah, maybe if he allows it. And he can never take on a5 because the pawn structure will be too bad. Okay,
yeah, that's true.
Have this position, so it's definitely an H for White now because it's very kind of symmetrical position, except that White has the good bishop and Black has the bad bishop on b7. So it's actually a very interesting position for White. I think you can just play f3. You get rid of the knight on e4 at some point. And then we will get this kind of attack you mentioned, the fact that you can have some attack on the king side. True.
Okay, so we have
play f6 as well, yeah.
f6.
Yeah, actually f6, e5 is maybe coming. So now maybe White missed the good timing to play f3 himself. So he has no.
Yes, because the knight.
Maybe he's thinking to play f3 now. Maybe if f3 is interesting. So f3. Okay, retreated the knights.
But let's see. f3 taking.
Yeah, I think it's actually good for White. Maybe.
It would be surely better than what happened here because.
It's interesting as well. He wants to play good knight against bad bishop on b7. It's interesting, but the bad bishop will be very strong if it arrives to d3. So, and he can play maybe bishop a6 and bishop d3. So we'll see. Okay, queen e2.
Yes, but I think that this knight has a really good outpost here for. But it's a long journey.
It depends how fast if he can do it or not. If Black gets some counterplay like rook c8 and rook c2, Bishop a6 as well now. There is this pin
very good. Very good.
So now Black is better.
How many defenders do we have? It's 3 attackers and 2 defenders. So that's why White played b3, but was taken immediately. And
So now
okay,
black.
now we have.
Oh, it took like that. Okay.
Very good, very good. So now,
yeah,
after queen
now,
exchanges, white is probably lost.
Yeah, white is completely lost here. He has 2 pass pawn and he has space. He has the open file for the rook, and yeah, just no counterplay for white. So yeah, it's just finished if he plays. I'm not sure. Yeah, you just need to push your pawns, and that's it.
Oh no! What's happening?
But it's part of the blitz. Wow, he gave the rook.
Okay.
Okay.
So
it's never over. Okay. Okay. So now white is completely winning.
Why did he play
I
this?
don't know
Maybe
what
he
happened.
thought that bishop is also attacking this square, but
Yeah.
it's such. It's very easy to misjudge your chances when you have below 15 seconds.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's blitz. But yeah, in this kind of position, you should just play slowly, not rush, and just try to slowly improve your position, not doing anything wild like that. It's yeah, it's the best way to lose. That's sad because you played good game. But okay, it's part of the blitz. Yeah, I think.
Yes, I also think that black played very well, but okay, let's look at it because white also has to
You never know. But okay,
be very careful with their mating.
Yeah, I mean, should be over.
I think so.
Yeah, okay, now it's over.
Okay, so king is cut off.
Yeah. King e8 forced, and you can just play, yeah, whatever. It's mate now.
Okay, so then, yes, because this square was covered by the knight. Very nice mate. So let's go to the tournament. We have 3 games left. Okay, so each one of them is completely winning.
Yeah.
There are only one pawn, but I have this habit that if my opponent allows me, I really like to promote to like 5 knights and mate with it because it's like the greatest pleasure you can have in chess.
Yeah, you never lost because of it? It's always like
I drew
get
once.
punished. Okay, so you see. Sometimes the most
it's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah, it's tricky.
White time. Okay, white time out.
Okay.
So
it's starting in 10 seconds. Let's go.
Yeah, so let's wait, and then we will go for the 3rd round of this tournament. Okay, so we have a question on the chat from Matthias Lassander. What do you say about Bensku, the underdog's first? Is it a nickname, Bensku? Oh yes. Okay, the underdog's first game. Oh, very nice mate. Very nice mate.
Yeah, very nice.
He doubled on the 2nd rank, and actually won against my friend from my university. Actually, we played yesterday. Okay, so a very nice game. Thank you for letting us know about it. So let's go for the game. Maybe this one. Let's see what happens. So we have something very similar because it's again London system, and this is the excursion I was talking about, queen to b6, because London system is very solid for white, and the only weakness that it's creating is the b2 square. So that's why you should look for it, because how to create a counterplay. Okay, so we have exchanges on the e5, exchanges on the b6. Now the rook is active.
Yeah, so now it gives up the bishop pair to black. So
yes, but
black a nice position. Nice position. Okay, b5. I'm not sure. Why not? Okay. So now, yeah, you can see that he has the dark square bishop, so he has to open up on the dark square. So he should definitely try to play something like bishop e7, f6,
okay.
5, and
but now we have b5 weakened. Okay, so let's see how the game went. So
oh yeah, sorry, I didn't. Yeah, you can let it.
e5, taking. Rook on the open file. Okay, attacked. Okay, exchanges of the bishops. And okay, this is the present position.
Okay.
So black is completely fine, and actually has a small edge because of the e file.
Yeah. He just needs to take care of this knight coming on e5, so he will need to move the bishop, something like bishop d8 and then f6, prevent the knight from arriving on e5, and then improve the king. Like maybe you can put some area and king f7. And now you can just play rook e4 and keep the stay on the long. Yeah, this you shouldn't do because now it's much less easy to win. You should keep the control of the file when you have it.
Yes, because after rook to e1, you just exchange them. Yeah,
now the position is very closed. So if the rooks are exchanged, the knight will actually be very good in this kind of position. So yeah, black I think missed the opportunity to gain some advantage here, and now it's yeah, I think I actually prefer maybe white. Okay, so you just
I would also prefer white. The thing is, in this position, I think that the fixed pawn structure.
Yeah, you should just be careful about the bishop arriving on c1. But if this is not happening, then white is completely fine. And there is also those double pawns. Okay, no, so now you shouldn't do that.
That wasn't a very good.
Yeah, you should keep the weakness. You shouldn't.
Choice.
Okay, so now it's not clear anymore because now the position is opening and the bishop is actually maybe stronger than the knight, and the knight on g6 is misplaced now. So it's actually
it needs time to go back to the center.
Yeah, it's true.
At least 2 moves.
Yeah. So now again we prefer black. Yeah, king c6 and yeah, actually it's funny, like the knight is completely trapped right now. Like he could have played maybe bishop g3 and then the knight has no squares.
Yes, that's true. Maybe. No, this rerouting of this knight doesn't have any sense, I think, because we don't have the e5 square.
So maybe now you can try d4, and in case of c takes d4, black gets a pass pawn, and if he takes on c5, you take with the bishop on c5. So he took like that. Okay, but this.
Okay, that way. Oh, so
now
he would gain it anyway.
Yeah, so he should have taken with the a pawn, of course.
Yes.
Oh, it's again, black is much better because of the button bishop, and it's now as if black is playing with an extra pawn because the b5 pawn is blocking 2 pawns at the same time. You see, so it's like black is up a pawn here, technically, like in theory, let's say, because now d4 is passed.
Where should we go?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Why not? I'm not sure why he didn't play king e5 on knight e7, king e5. Oh, he was scared of knight c6. Sorry.
He's probably going for the draw.
Yeah, no. But maybe king d6, knight g6, and then you play bishop b6. You just protect your pass pawn. But okay, maybe it's not enough. Okay, so he's trying to force it. Okay, so he wants to go for g4 pawn. Okay. But he will lose d4 and b5 in the process, so not sure it's very reasonable. Okay, maybe he should have taken with the knight to win b5.
I think that he is just going for the win, knowing that he is much higher rated.
Yeah, but it's split, so these kind of considerations, not sure. Yeah, so now again, I'm not sure why he didn't take with the knight on b5, but now, yeah, black is again better because he has a pass pawn on h4, h5, that is very, very dangerous.
Why did he?
Yeah, he just gave up his knight. He forgot that the bishop was protecting f6. Yeah. Okay, so now it's over.
Yeah, so
yeah,
he outplayed himself, unfortunately.
So yeah, it was.
Because he could go for the draw. Do you force such positions, or do you go for draws?
Me?
Yes.
I'm not sure. It depends on the situation. I would have gone for the draw. Yeah, I think.
I think that I would also go that way. That's why I heard recently that we should play online with lower rated players, because when we play against higher rated, we think that a draw is a good result.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is not exactly true.
It's not a bad result, even against lower rated. It means, in a way, it means nobody made any mistake.
Yes, but when we are playing with white pieces, I think that we should always go for something. Look for our chances, not only thinking about exchanging everything and going for the.
Oh yeah, of course.
For the dry
but
position.
It's usually not as easy to make a draw. It's not enough just to exchange pieces.
That's true.
Usually, when you do that, then you end up in a very bad end game. I mean, a little worse end game, and then you end up losing.
Yes, that's true. But I recall one player from my tournament history who went for such end games and successfully drew against better players. I didn't think that it was good. Okay, so.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's true. It's not a very good approach in the long term to improve in chess. Yes. The better, the chess is it's a fight, so you have to have a very big fighting spirit and try to look for any opportunity to win the game. Yeah, it's true.
That's true. Okay, so we have a comment from Nomis about our discussion. He's saying that I think that if your opponent played way better, at least during the game you're playing, draw is a good result. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I remember my game from like 5 years ago when I was totally crushed. I didn't have any moves at some point. So okay, so they made. Oh, it's a stalemate. Oh no! It was such a easy thing.
Yeah, it's winning. You just have to wait with the bishop, like make a waiting move. No. Oh yeah, this as well.
Something like this. Okay, so about this game, I'll tell about it, and we will go back to the tournament. So I was totally crushed. I didn't have any moves, and at some point I made the position stuck, so my opponent was not sure how to make progress, but it was still a very good position, and I offer a draw. But unfortunately he went for it, so I was very glad I escaped.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what do we have here. Girl with stars for eyes and just sad man. Oh.
Maybe you can put the actual position.
Okay, so let's see what happened. So we have no such defense. Probably black will go for something like maybe f5.
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe c5.
Knight f6 is a good option. Yes.
This knight is very strong.
Yeah.
And after we exchanged our dark squared bishop, we could place our pawns there.
Knight takes d2. I'm not sure about it because you take his bad bishop. So yeah, I think.
Yeah, that was the main point of exchanging it on c3 to make use of this edge you have against this bishop. Okay, so let's see what happens. Maybe knight to d2.
Yeah, to try to exchange pieces.
Yes.
But yeah, now the position is less good for black. Before it was better because black had a space advantage, so he should keep the pieces on the board. Now, yeah, it's so b7 bishop is still very strong, but it's nothing much for black now. f5 is not the move you want to play now, because if bishop takes e5, e4, then you don't want to take with the pawn because of the bishop on b7, and if you take with the bishop, I mean, it's...
Yeah, and then we have this move, yeah.
Yeah, I think I like white now, again. Because queen c2. Okay, so he plays e5.
Okay, so on the chat, we are very glad that you are very active. Fanny Scats is writing, I want to see Tripocaridos. So I think that the next game we can see how he's doing.
Sure. So yeah, now after e5, which was probably a little bit weird because now d5 it's blocking the bishop on b7. But knight c5, and okay, so there is this little threat of e4, making a fork. So queen bishop c2 is forced on a4.
And very good move a4. I was thinking of, because here this pawn is fixed.
Yeah.
We will have problems to go further with it, because after b3 taking and exchanges, this pawn would be weak and we could target it with our bishop on a6.
So now he can just play, he has to take care of h7, but then he can maybe play something like g6 on f5 and try to get some space on the king side. And then he will have to reroute the bishop on b7 that is doing nothing, and to bring him from c8 to d7. And yeah, and then black's position is better because black has a center here. h6 I'm not sure, because now the bishop, it makes the bishop stronger on c2. But g6 was a better option. Okay, so...
Also because there is no threat of queen going for the weekend. In that case, g7 square. We were thinking about the g6, and then this squares would be weakened. But since queen is here, not here, then it's not very dangerous. Okay, let's go back to the game. And white played this not very good before. It's
yeah, now there is a weakness on a3 and c4, so black is better from a strategic point of view. And yeah, just queen d7 and
queen d7, yes, queen d7
and
bishop
try to
to
double
a6.
up. Maybe you can play maybe rook a5 and rook a8, try to attack the a3 pawn. c6 I'm not sure, because now b6 is super weak. You are making the position super imbalanced, so now you can take on c6, bishop c6, and b6 is weak, d6 is weak. So now it's a big mess, this position. I think it was preferable just to double up on the a file, and yeah, you have a very good position. So he didn't take, so maybe, yeah, now...
But still, b6 is weakened. That's why this... I completely dislike this idea, because we had clear target at the c4. Now we have weakened b6, which is compensated by the weak a3. I think that was not well thought.
Not necessary. It was not necessary, that's for sure. Okay, so now it's a big mess. It's a question, who is better here? I'm not sure. Maybe black, because black has a better bishops. It's a good bishop. The b3 bishops is bad because of d5 and e4. The knight c5 is also a little bit better compared to the f3 knights. And a3 is probably a little bit more weak than b6. So yeah, black is maybe still better, but not so much. Maybe you can try bishop e2 and try to play for bishop takes f3. And yeah, and then you can just, the rook 8 is doing nothing. So just play rook b8 and put your rooks on the queen side. So yeah, rook a8, I liked it because it was attacking a3. So I would have maybe put the other rook.
Yes, because this one is doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly. The e8 rook is doing nothing. So you want to play on the queen side. But okay, it's very hard. Blitz games are always hard for everybody.
Yeah, we have to remember that.
Of course,
we are here talking about it.
It's much easier to talk than to play.
Yeah, we have no pressure at us. They
exactly.
are those who fight for the prize, and they clearly face the pressure and the time pressure, which is very strong. Voiced Sharif. Renegade asks. Voiced. So where is Sharif?
61, and I didn't see that the rook was hanging at the end.
Oh, right. I was looking at the chat. So yes, we always have to look at our pieces, and if after all of the exchanges, everything is covered. This time it wasn't, and after.
You can win another bishop now. So.
Yes.
Just maybe.
But yes, we this rook was hanging, so now.
Yeah, but now the bishop will fall. He has to play queen d8, king h7. Okay, now he can protect the bishop, but okay.
It's still hanging, so.
I didn't play it. But okay, it's still completely.
Black is okay. So black was a full rook up, so everything was okay for him. Okay, 11 games, and we had a request for Tripocaridos. Is he playing?
He lost.
No, he lost. That's a shame because he has a half out of 4. Let's see how he will manage in the next game. What to look at now? Everything is highly okay. So here we have no, it was highly imbalanced, but yeah.
Wrong choice.
Okay, let's see. Let's look at that game. So we are at the verge of mating. Yes. Now this is a threat also, and also this is a threat. I think that the easiest thing would be to go here.
Yes, of course.
But let's see. Yes, this is also an option, but now we had like 2 mates, but okay.
Maybe next time.
Next time, right? Okay, so now we have another mate. Okay.
Wow, now it can be a draw.
It's a stalemate. Yes, because
a6,
this is covered. Wow.
Yeah, not a6. So now it's crazy. I don't know how to say in English, but in French it's like crazy rook, and you can just put your rook and you can show it. Can you go on analysis?
Oh, of course.
1 second, it's very nice. Yeah, so now wherever the king goes, you just follow it with the rook. And it's it's very funny.
Like this, and if you take it, it's a
stalemate.
Like in the game.
So knight a6 was a little bit unfortunate because now
yes.
Okay.
Okay, so as requested, let's go for Tripocaridos.
Back when the player will play, because it looks like Panos is not here.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe next game. Let's go to the games that are actually started, or maybe let's see. No, not yet. Okay, so let's go for example.
So one of the first games, maybe, no?
Okay. So this is first one, PN 93, and I'll leave. Okay, I won't manage to say that because it's a Greek name, as I remember. I'm not very with Greek. So what happened here? We have something emerging from the d4 positions. Black has great advantage, actually. Now we have to look for, yes, bishop to h8, h6, sorry. It's a long day. h6, and I can imagine that this rook will win the game since it's very dominating white's position.
Yeah, it's true that black is better on the queen side, but white has some initiative on the king side, so it's actually not so sure. I like the knight on e5, but yeah, definitely.
Lots of targets, and also white cannot. I think that shouldn't take because it would help white with their pawn structure.
Yeah, the pawn structure, the double pawns, white's double pawns are super weak, so yeah, you shouldn't take. But also, I'm a little bit concerned about black's king safety here. h6 was a little bit maybe too much because now there will be some ideas like bishop takes h6 and the queen on c3 is super far away from coming back. It's one thing.
Then we would get knight to h7 and knight to g5. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
so now I think it's actually lost maybe because king g8, now bishop h6 looks very strong. Bishop h6, g takes, queen takes h6.
Yeah. That's why you shouldn't move your pawns in front of the king because it creates targets.
When it's not necessary. Also, when the king is so much under pressure, the queen should stay not very far away from it. Like the queen at c3 is now super far. The queen on c7 was a better option. Okay, he didn't play it, but I think he should have gone bishop h6. Because yeah, it's his only chance. If he doesn't mate here, the king, black's king, then it's just losing the endgame. So he has to go and he has to go for a fast attack. So yeah, now let's say maybe he still has bishop h6. Okay.
He's probably thinking about taking, but moving the king would fix the matter.
Yeah, so now king h7, king h7, and
would it lose the bishop? No, it won't, because here and taking, or maybe yes. Oh, that's unfortunate. Here we would get probably yes, h4 and maybe not g. How to make progress in this position? Because do we only go for taking at f4, or is it something more?
Yeah, I think you just take. I mean, black just wants to trade pieces. If he trades pieces, he's just gonna win the endgame. So yeah, just
right.
Take on f4, eliminate as many pieces as you can, and yeah, black's king is super safe if white's pieces are exchanged. So yeah, you should just take on f4. And now black is better again because of this long-term weaknesses on the queen side and in the center. So yeah.
Okay, so he took. I would go personally for the queen to b2.
I'm not. Yeah, maybe, but we're just rook f1, you know. So yeah, I like. Okay, he's a little bit. He's not stressed about his king side. Rook c8. Okay. Question is.
Right, because now we have
Yeah, it's
options
got some.
like
Yeah,
taking
some
on
options.
f7. Now it's not very. Now it won't succeed with that. But maybe after going for queen to e3. I'm just yes, queen to. I would go for queen to e3, and now it would be a great threat because after taking, we would go queen to e6. Yes.
It's true. Queen g3 is probably too passive because it's actually not threatening anything. So it leaves black to do what he wants. So queen b2. And maybe you want to... How do you... Okay, I'm not sure you want to trade rooks, because if you trade rooks, then you don't have... The fact that you get the open file is of no use anymore. So this is... you should have kept the rooks.
I think that he wants to exploit the weekend queen side. Maybe it's not weekend, but it's lost for itself.
Yes.
Left for itself. I don't know if white has... Oh, okay. So
he wants...
But what's the plan behind it?
Wants queen g6, and he wants to get some... But it doesn't look like it's working. Yeah, it's not really working. Now black is just...
Maybe yes. This move is very important, since after knight to e5 we would just exchange, but now knight will fall. Knight, yeah, knight will fall on anyway, and the queen fell. Yeah. So now we would see a mate. Yes. Very nice game from black. Maybe apart from the... But he actually maybe this rook exchange, those rook exchanges, maybe they weren't as bad, because he managed to take those pawns. White thought, okay, I'm lost, so I'm going wild. Maybe that wasn't that bad anyway.
No, maybe not. But maybe he could have tried queen c7 and try to infiltrate with the queen. I'm not sure it's very good to give up the knights.
True. Okay, so let's go back to the games. Is there something interesting? Okay, this one. And we have another comment from Matthias, cheering from Bensku, whose game we are looking at.
So Bensku is looking... He's fighting.
No. His friend is cheering for him.
Oh yeah, I know, but I meant yeah, black shouldn't win this game. Maybe by some miracle, but yeah, it looks like it's losing.
Yeah, it's surely losing. Those pawns should make this game easy for white, because
yeah. So your king,
there's no brainer, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a comment from Christian Zawadzki. I saw that you watched my game the second round. Time got better of me. When I finally managed to get a win, I blundered twice in a row instead of using the 9 seconds I did have.
Oh yeah, we saw that game. It was very unfortunate.
We feel very sorry, Christian. I hope that next games will be more fortunate for you. Yes.
Yeah,
okay, so now this pawn will probably win the game for white.
Yeah.
I think that we will stay here, because the other games didn't seem very unpredictable. Okay, did we have here a mate in one?
Yeah, mate in one is.
Yes.
H7. Now it's starting to be wild. No, he exchanged it.
I know, but those 2 pawns. What? Okay, so he gave up 1 pawn, but with 1 queen, it should be enough.
He could have taken the rooks, kept the rooks on the board, and it was
true.
maybe a little bit more complicated. Okay, so.
Okay, so he knew his stuff. Okay, so that's the last game. And Black resigned. Oh, that's a shame. He should let him mate if he went that far. Okay, so we have 2 people with all the points. It's PM93 and Descrill, whose game we will look at now. And Descrill opened with Queen's Gambit.
Yeah.
And now we have
Stonewall.
okay, so it's very
it's a Stonewall. It's a very solid opening, but it's also giving up the dark squares, especially the e5 square, and the bishop on c8 is super bad in this kind of position. But white plays good because it's a very good plan to play knight d3, and then you want to put the knight on f4. So 1 knight goes on f4, and 1 knight goes from f3 to e5 in this kind of position.
On f4, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the other knight, the knight d2, you can put an arrows to f3 and e5, and the other knight goes to f4.
Oh, okay.
On f3, the one on f3, you can put an arrow to e5 for the viewers, yeah, and the other one on f4, and then you can play h4 to stabilize the knights. h4.
h4.
Yes. The pawn, not the knight.
The pawn on h4. Right. Okay. Yes, because when you said I thought f4, and I was very confused because I also played those positions. But actually, what are your emotions about playing this with white pieces? Do you play d4 or e4?
Both. I play both. But here, to come back to the game, here he can just play bishop f4 and try to exchange the dark square bishop. And yeah, it's he can take back with the knight, not the pawn. And if he exchanges the dark square bishop, then it's super good for whites. Now I'm not sure because he should have played bishop f4 before. Now
yes, because this bishop doesn't have good place. Maybe
it's the point of the opening. If black loses his dark square bishop, then it's completely over because it's like he has too many weaknesses.
Most important piece.
Yeah, it's the most important piece. Yes. So yeah, now okay, f4 is played. So white has a nice how do I say it? Space advantage. Thank you. And so it's still better for white, but because of the space advantage, it depends if black manages to play b6, maybe b6 or g5. It's the 2 options he got to try to open up the position.
But both of them have maybe not g5. G5 is very far, but b6 is very could be easily played actually.
Yeah.
But now g5 is probably so we won't see g5 in this game.
Yeah, of course, it's just the idea when you play the Stonewall to play g5 to get some attack, but yeah, in this position, it's definitely. But yeah, white's position is much better now.
Yeah, it would be very hard to breathe with black pieces with such little space.
Yeah, it's true. So maybe you can just try to push his pawns on the queen side, like a4, b4, b5, rook c1, rook b1, and you just get some space there. It's where you want to get some advantage. The knight on g6 doesn't. Okay, he wants to try some knight h4 idea, but it's not gonna work.
Maybe he wants to reroute with this.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or
here.
Yeah, you can continue your idea. It was good. So knight h8, knight f7, knight h6, and knight g4. Yeah, continues the arrow, h6 and g4.
Right.
So yeah, maybe now, so e3. can take his time. But yes, there is this g4 square that it is a little bit annoying.
Okay, yeah. So now he's doing, but he's doing it the other way. I wanted to go through the h8 square. He's going through the d7. Both are good.
Yeah, I think he should have played bishop e2, because if the knight arrives on g4, he wants to take with the bishop, not with the knight. I think he wants to keep the knight, maybe, because the knights are better in close position, but it's true that the light square bishop is also very strong, so he wants to play b5 in this position. He wants to open up with b5. Maybe you can put an arrow to show b5. Yeah, he wants to play.
That's true. That's one.
Maybe right now, actually, it's already very strong. You don't need to plan it anymore because there's a bishop controlling. So yeah, just b5 was probably very strong. Now, okay, it's get the a file in return once b5 is played. So now it's less strong maybe, but it's still very, very good. So he's definitely preparing b5.
But is white okay? So if white wants to win this game, he should play b5. But after playing b5, light square the bishops would exchange, and then we would.
It will remain with the weakness on b7. The b7 pawn will be weak.
Okay. I was thinking about the starting thing, which are existence of those bishops.
Yeah, it's actually yeah, you're right. Actually, it's maybe. I think it's still better for white because the queens are still on the board, so the black king can still be weak. But yeah, you're right. You should be cautious about which endgame you're gonna have because yeah, the d4 bishop looks super silly, and c5 can be a little bit under pressure if.
That's true. That's true.
But okay, I think here you can. Another plan maybe can be b6, and try to invade on the a file. Like you can put rooks on a2, a1, and put all your heavy pieces on the a file. So he played rook a4. But now you can simply okay, on b takes c6 he wants to play bishop takes c6 and try to hold like that. Yes. Okay. So it's interesting. So maybe
I think that it should be stable enough.
Yeah, I don't think it's good to take. Yeah. So maybe now rook a2, and you have to fight for the a file. So what is he gonna do now? Queen c2. Okay, queen c2.
Queen c2. So then we would come back probably.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure now. It's not so clear anymore. Not so clear. Because he didn't get the a file and he didn't get any weakness on the queen side with white, so it's not so clear. Black is super solid. Not
Maybe
sure.
we should bringing our rook here.
Maybe.
Well, it's such a complex game. I think it will be.
Yeah, I think b6 is very strong. I think b6 it gives some edge for white, and now try to maybe play rook a1. Because yeah, b6
okay,
is.
So, but what then? Okay, we would exchange our rooks, place the queen on the c8.
Oh, then you just put your queen on a7 and bishop a6, and b7 will fall.
Okay, that's true. Okay, so that would win. So that's why.
Now rook a7, yeah, rook a7, and okay, this is gonna win probably now. So how can he pass? Maybe okay, the queen on h5 is doing nothing, so just queen a2, rook a8, and yeah, b7 will be under so much pressure. It's not gonna hold. So yeah, just rook a8 here. Rook a8, and there is no way to protect.
Why did he play this?
I mean,
he was probably scared of taking on h4.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Okay, so Miko is being very cautious about this position.
Yeah, he's actually doing well. He can bring the king to, let's say, c3, where it will be super safe, and then he can continue with his plan to invade on the queen side. Yeah, it's a nice game. Queen a3.
For me, it's incredible that we are talking about the Blitz game, where we can find so many complex ideas.
Yeah, rook a8 now, and yeah, now it looks very good for white. Because after rook 8, queen a8, at some point he will manage to play bishop a6 and pawn takes a6, b7. It's very nice. Maybe we will see it now. Bishop a6, pawn takes.
Okay, but after taking
it's not working
b7,
yet.
taking.
No, it's not working because the queen is protected, so not now.
Yes.
He has to. Queen c7 is also very good. You just invade. But you have to find the final blow, which is not so easy.
He's going back and forth because of the time. It's below 15 seconds, so it's not easy to think about. Okay, so here, no, he won't probably take on c5.
No.
Coco 2406 saying these guys are really strong. Yeah, I agree with that. I actually had pleasure to play Mikoi 3 times, and
oh yeah, so now he puts the bishop on a4, and he will play maybe bishop c6. Bishop c6 should it was the idea, so he played bishop d7, queen d7 to prevent bishop c6. Oh yeah, it's a very nice game. So now, yeah, how will he pass? That's a big question.
Shouldn't the queen be placed on the dark square?
Yeah, it has to stay on the dark squares to be protected by the e7 bishop.
Okay, so now they played some moves. Okay, so
because he can just take maybe with black. He can just take the queen and the c7.
Yeah, nothing's happening.
Because okay, king a5 would come.
King a5. Okay, but
he's just waiting. But I think he had this idea with bishop a4, which was very strong. He should probably try to put back the bishop to a4. And at some point...
Okay, so now he has this bishop on the a4.
Yeah, okay. And what to do with the dark square bishop? Maybe nothing. I'm sure there is some win. I wonder. Okay, I think it will just end up with a draw now. Nobody's making any progress.
Yes, I think that queen this king d6. I think that ends this game, in my opinion. Okay, so white is going for rerouting, but where he's going?
Maybe he has an idea. But
okay, so it's a draw by probably threefold repetition or 50 moves.
They must be seeing a mate in 39 moves.
Oh.
Maybe we'll ask them later on.
Okay, so this was probably the best game we've seen in this tournament.
Yeah,
but
it was very good
let's wait for the next rounds. Okay, so here we have 7th round, and let's see, maybe. Okay, so we were asked to Tripo Caridos. Let's see if he's playing now. Okay. So here is a game from Tripo Caridos. Oh, he's going for the attack, but he's
giving
lost.
up a piece very early on.
Yes, he lost
Probably.
his bishop, and
yeah, it's
that's not looking very well. I think.
No. Yeah, black is just up a piece now. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a piece down with not many compensation, unfortunately. Yeah, now there is even bishop takes g4. that is yeah. Maybe you can go to another game.
Sure. Okay.
We'll try another game with three Pocaridos.
Yes. It wasn't very fortunate. Okay, so I'll. I have to leave for a moment.
Okay.
So I'll be back in like a minute or two.
Okay, can you just put one game?
Oh, okay, sure. So this is
You
it.
can put the first game. Yeah, very good. Okay, so we have this game. So what is going on here? We can see. So who is playing? Okay, so it's the same player as we just followed before. And the position is, okay, so G3 is a little bit weak. What else do we got? White is underdeveloped. And black has more space. So from a general point of view, black is better here. And black also gets the center, the safer king. And D3 is weak. So yeah, black is definitely doing very well here. And yeah, knight f5 is very threatening because of the g3 pawn. Yeah, it's a good game from black. But okay, queen g4 is a little bit annoying because of the spin now. And let's see how he will deal with it. Maybe simply rook d8, protecting the queen.
Okay, so I'm back.
And yeah, now maybe knight e6. Knight e6 is coming.
Yes, it's a very nice place for this knight.
Yeah. But okay, bishop d2 and doubling. I'm not sure g6 was necessary. It's weakening black's king. It was.
For now, we have this bishop, but we always have to be very careful when moving pawns.
You leave some IDs like knight h5, which is very
That's true.
annoying.
That's true.
So maybe he could have tried with knight h5. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Okay, so we have a request probably for the next game.
He just gave his queen in one move. That's very sad for black.
Oh.
So yeah. Now, if he sees it, it's game over. Yeah, okay, it's game over.
Oh, I feel so sorry for him.
Yeah. But he had a very good position with black, yes. And then that somebody spoiled it. G6 was not necessary.
That's bad. Okay, but that's how chess is.
Yeah,
actually.
Of course. You don't win if your opponent doesn't make mistakes, so that's part of the game.
That's true. Okay, so we have a request for looking for Henzo's game. Henzo default. Okay, he's still playing. So let's look at his game. How he's doing? He is actually knight up. That's very good. Now probably taking the queen, and we would be two knights up. Oh, because there was a threat of mate on h2. That's why you couldn't take on c3. No, that's a nice in between move.
So yeah, black is just completely winning, and he's gonna win easily.
Yes, probably taking here, and this would be very easy win. So we are sure that Henzo would successfully convert it into 1 point. So maybe let's go for something else. Okay, so let's see how Mikołaj doing, because he's fighting for the first place.
Wow, so it's quite impressive from the 1300s. that is playing good because he's how many points? Yeah, he's number 4 in the tournament, so he had made many points, and he's only 1300 on paper, so very impressive. And actually, it's looking good because is there some stalemate?
Yes, this pawn is protected by the knight. And then
yeah, okay,
he
it's
would
not
take here. So yes, this would be an easy win. So we can go back and look at other games. Okay, here is not so clear. Black has this nice passed pawn, but really weakened king side.
Yeah, so black should be winning. So if the queens are exchanged, yeah, it's a rook endgame. Looks very good. But okay, he forgot about this rook f6 coming, and so now it's definitely not clear anymore. Oh, there is rook f7. Oh, that's very sad. Okay, so at least it's a draw, or it depends if white wants to push.
I think he shouldn't.
Yeah, probably not, yes. Yeah, he will. I wants to push. This is probably because now there is c3 coming, c3 and c2. So
yes, but still he can go for a draw. With
yeah, of course.
With this king, it's easy. He should probably go for like king to g7.
Yeah, okay, now I realized he wants to go for the draw.
Yes.
Okay, so I think on blacks doesn't want to go for the draw, but it's not like black can avoid the draw.
Yes, I think that this time it's not only the rating matter, but
yeah, I don't think d4 is a good move. You should just make some continuous checks, just check everywhere, and that's it.
Yeah, he won't escape. Yeah, I'm sorry, she. Julia Valigura is playing with black pieces. so it's not he. Okay, so we have a threefold repetition, and white did go for the draw. Okay, so we have 4 games remaining. Let's see maybe what's here. Oh, this looks very nice. Because we have double rook endgame. And black should be easily winning, but
easily, I'm not sure because it's always very tricky.
Oh. Okay, you're right. It's not as easy as I thought.
Yeah, now there is rook d3 coming. So yeah, it's oh, there is this rook hanging as well. That's very sad. So
yes.
Now you're right. Now you're right.
What? Okay. So it was discovered check.
Yeah.
Discovered attack with the check. So, that's a shame. No, maybe not shame. It was a very good playing for
yeah,
white.
I'm not sure if it's a shame, but yeah. A lot of things are a shame then. It's everything is shame when there is a winner and a loser.
Yes. That's true. Okay, so this okay, so white is going down.
Yeah, but 2 pawns should be enough. Should be enough. Especially in blitz, it's super hard to defend such position in blitz. So yeah, you just can push and the pawn endgame will be winning.
I think that rook c2 was winning since the rook was independent.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, but don't go for the threefold. You can easily win this. Oh, so yeah, this is a threefold.
Okay.
This time it's a shame, I think. But
Yeah,
black found its chances and took it. Okay, so let's look at the standings. We have the Skrill and PM93 fighting for the win in this tournament, but actually the Skrill is the one who played against better players, so that's why he is in the first place. And then we have just Sadman and Hansel on default. Let's see. Okay, let's look at some other ones. Okay, I think that did we look at the game from just Sadman?
Not yet, I think.
Okay, so he's playing against PM93, and PM93 started with knight to c3, which is quite unorthodox.
Yeah, it's true.
Black already gained some space advantage, which is very beneficial, and has probably very easy game.
Yeah, White's opening is not a success, that's for sure. But I think he will try to play with c3 at some point and try to destroy Black center. h5. h5 is yeah, it's actually probably a good move to try to play against this g3 knight.
Yes,
and
it's
maybe we'll try to play queen d7 and long castle and just go for some wild attack. Maybe he can just play f6 and g5.
f6 and g5.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Shouldn't we start with h5 or not?
I mean, I'm not sure. You can play it whenever you want, so it's
all right.
You have to play it
and
right.
If we play h4, we have weakened g4 square for
yeah,
the bishop.
h4, it will be a hook in White's position, and you will try to open it with f6 and g5. So yeah.
Right. Okay. So there is.
It's actually going to be very. So now we played f6, yeah, and then queen d7 and g5, and it's going to be a very
long castling. Rook on g5, g8. Well, I do like this position for black. I would highly enjoy it.
Yeah, it's very good for black. So let's see if he plays queen d7. I think he should. Or even g5 right away. It's possible as well. So g5, he chose g5. Even though it's always good to develop, so queen d7 is probably a good move as well.
And in the future, we can make a threat with going for bishop to h3, and then after taking with queen, that should be crushing. That would probably force white to play king to h2, I think.
I'm not sure if you are still ready to sacrifice, because our queens are a little bit on the queen side, so maybe we should bring back our pieces first. Long castle, yeah.
Yes, and then queen, yes. Rook to
also
g8.
knight g6, knight f5, knight f4 is going to be very good as well. And then at some point you can sacrifice, yes, after that.
Right.
Knight g6,
so
then yeah, it's just game over.
How...
So we choose to sacrifice himself. So okay, but
he's also opening the position.
Yeah, but
in front of his king.
Yeah, and now the Black's king has a very safe haven in on the queen side, so it's not like White is gonna get any attack for this. But okay, he still got 3 pawns. But okay, yeah, as you said, you can just play rook g8, and now White's king is gonna be super exposed.
Probably he wanted this because of weakened light
I think he was
squares.
scared. He was scared of Black's attack. So I think it was actually a good practical option, because if he didn't play that, Black's attack would have been too strong. But still, I think it's better for Black, because the pawns are not very advanced, and there are doubles as well. So you can.
And they are hard to push.
Yes. Yeah, you can just play rook g8 probably here, and slowly bring all your pieces to the queen side, to the king side. Sorry, and yeah, it's you can occupy f4. Yes, it's better for black.
Yes, but I would, with white, I would go for bishop to b3 to control the g8 square. But okay, I see why he didn't want to go for it, because maybe knight to a5.
Yeah, like here now
Okay,
we can just play 97, knight g8, rook f8, knight f6, try to exchange pieces. And yeah,
true.
invade the king side. Yeah, now he has a very nice square for his knight on e4, on e5, so he can put his knight on e5 right away. And we can see that white pawns are not going anywhere.
And you cannot actually play g3 since it will be taken with a check.
Yeah.
So probably we should play. Oh, okay. So he's preventing this anyway.
Yeah, it's completely winning for black now. So he just put a knight on e4 and brings the king to the center. And yeah, knight e5. Yeah. c6, king d7, king d6. And yeah. He can bring the king to g5 to make sure that everything is under control, and then I mean it's not even necessary.
Right.
How will he
But
win that?
yes, g5 is a good square for the king. Then we would prevent any force in the future when the pawns will be changed.
Yeah, now we'll play b5, c5, c4, and he will just crush on the queen side now because of this extra piece he has. Yeah, it's a good game by black.
And also nice try from white with this piece sacrifice, but maybe
yeah, he doesn't get enough compensation from it.
True.
Usually when you sacrifice a piece, it usually takes the form of an attack on the king, but here the king is simply doing long castle, so it's not enough. a4, a6, okay, and then you just have to prepare slowly c5, c4 without giving too much counterplay.
I think that black is having troubles with coming up with a plan, because
probably just king c6, king b6, and c5 and c4. You just take sure that he's not gonna. Wow!
He drew, yes. The time pressure. I think that it was very hard for him.
Yeah, that's sad because I think he has a clear winning plan here with black.
Okay, so let's see.
B6,
Going to the b6,
c5,
c5,
and
c4.
And c4.
That's true. Okay, so let's see other games. This one. Okay, let's see. Let's look at it. So white is 2 pawns up. Oh, okay. So maybe we have something more balanced. Do we have something more balanced? Oh, this is nice. This is nice. This is triple carridos.
Oh yeah, that's nice. So 3 pieces against the queen. So usually 3 pieces are stronger than the queen, but now it just gave up 1 piece. So queen taken the bishop. But here, okay. So when is the queen stronger? The queen is stronger when there is some attack. So.
Oh no, he gave up another piece. The thing is but he gave up the queen. What's happening?
I don't know. They're giving all their pieces. So yeah, now it should. Okay, this f5 is probably not strongest because, if black wants to win this, he has to keep 1 pawn.
And the white should probably go for this pawn, but
yeah, that's funny.
White will promote.
The bishop cannot stop the pawn anymore.
How crazy is that?
Wow, that's funny. Okay.
Okay, so
sorry. Oh yeah, you shouldn't have taken. You should have pushed before.
Right. So now that will be a draw because after taking, black will take.
What is that?
He didn't see that he was going for this for the bishop, so
yeah, but even after that, even wait, come back 1 second. After he took the bishop, just 1 second. Yeah, here, stop.
Yes. So
the king can go back.
He was in the square.
Before. Yeah.
He was.
But okay, it's king before king d3.
Oh no. Okay, and
okay.
it's
I
finished with the
didn't understand this
stalemate.
game.
Oh no.
We finished with it. Well, okay.
Such a crazy game. Okay, but
Yeah,
it was
I
very
get it.
enjoyable to see.
Nobody wants to win. Everybody wants to leave good friends.
Yes.
Like good friends.
Okay, so we are
So this
after 8 games. So now we have the last game.
Oh wow! So we have to see the first game then.
Sure.
So it will be the Skrill against just Adam, I think. I don't think
Skrill, no, against Hooters Mograine.
Ah, oh la la. So it's a free win. If he wins this, he wins the game. He wins the tournament. So
yes, that's right. Let's look at the chat. We have some other comments from the Matthias Lassander. GG, unlucky for Benz having network issues. The second game could have landed on the top 5. That's true. There's another one. Oh, so he's commenting about Bensku, who's doing very well. But let's go back to the game. We have Dutch defense with the knight to c6. Actually, I was playing the ones with the c6 because I didn't like the idea of having double spawns. Because after d5 you play knight to e5. Here is taking, and you finish with this pawn on e5. But here was more calm version of that, and white let black play e5 and e4, and this is looking very promising for black.
Yeah, very promising. If not already winning, actually.
Already winning?
No, but yeah, it's no problem for black. Because now, yeah, he has maybe this nice knight g4 trick, putting pressure on c3, and then knight e4, knight g4, knight e5, knight d3. You can put an arrow. Yeah, and this is actually very annoying for white.
But black decided to go for development. Oh,
yeah, but he can just take on d8 now and play rook d8. If he sees this trick with knight g4, it's very nice.
That's true.
Because he wants to occupy he wants to still knight g4 now.
Yeah,
but
it's still working.
G3 square, so yeah. So G3 square is very weak in white's game, so yeah, he wants to play knight e5, knight d3, knight rook d8. Yeah, it's much better for black. Also, what he wants to play g5 and to prevent the knight from coming back into the game and keep the h3 knight misplaced. So that's another option.
Yeah, yes, that's also something which is usually played in those positions. Then this knight would be having a very hard time.
Yeah, now rook d2 is crushing. It's actually almost winning a piece. Okay, now he's winning a piece. Okay, it was a very nice game by black.
Yes, and yes, this should be winning. And once again, Mikołaj Nowak is, in our opinion, winning the tournament, because this should be an easy win for him.
He's a piece up now, so yeah, it's winning. The rook has to move, and then rook takes e2. Oh, yeah. Sorry, there is no, knight f4. There is rook e1 mates. Can you maybe put the arrows?
Knight f4?
No. So here he has to move the rook because the rook is and after that, yeah, just you can show the variation. So move the rook. And then rook takes e2. And maybe he thought that he had knight f4.
Ah, okay, and rook
e1
mate.
yeah.
Such a nice mate. Okay, so that's
so
one variation, but now we can say that Mikołaj Nowak actually won the tournament. Congratulations.
Yeah, let's continue to see who is going to be the second and third ones.
The third one would be PM93 because he already won his game, but okay. the game for the third place is still going on.
Mm-hmm.
And white is a pawn up this d2 pawn.
No. White is black is a piece of. Oh, wow.
No. He would be no. Oh.
Nah. So wait. So knight takes. Yeah. So white's gonna be a piece up.
Oh yes. Also, because no matter how you would take, the knight would hang.
Oh no, sorry. We are tired. I think. Is it gonna be a piece up or not? No. It's still fine. So okay, just a pawn up for white. Sorry. Okay.
Yes.
So just a pawn up. So yeah, it happens after 1 hour and 30 minutes of looking at chess.
Okay, so let's see how it's going. So white doubled on the d file.
Yeah. So white is definitely better. Yeah, he's a pawn up. He has a better control on the d file. The g2 bishop is better than the e6 bishop, but yeah, it still has some tendency for some draws because the pawns are not super easy to advance. But probably just here bishop e3. He can bring the bishop back to e3 and try to put pressure on a7. So maybe rook a4 after that. Try to play some. Also, he can just trade the rooks and
to win the pawn. So black has to have that in mind.
Yeah, the pawn is hanging right now. So he didn't see it. So now he can definitely take the rook on d8 and then take.
And now take on a7.
Yeah. So now it's definitely winning. So a little bit of technique, not to. So probably just a4 here, and just pushing the pawn to the maximum you can. It's gonna be enough. So yeah. At some point he needs to bring the king as well.
Yes, because those two pieces are not very supportive at
that point. The g2 bishop is on the long diagonal, so he can support from there. But maybe just knight b5 here and try to control all the squares around the king side. And yeah, I don't actually think you need the king, so probably not. So
actually, I was thinking about something like maybe.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, maybe bishop.
Because now knight to c4 is annoying.
Yeah, but I think the pawn is just too fast. I calculated that after knight b2, it's just gonna push a6, and the pawn is too fast.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So that would be enough.
Yeah.
Very good calculations.
So we still need to see that knight c5. So I'm not sure about knight c5.
Knight c1, knight c5.
No. After when he just gave up. Here, knight c5, knight c4. Sorry.
Okay, let's see. Knight c4.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay,
yeah,
so...
I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks enough because it's.
Yeah, it looks enough. Even after taking the knight, we would promote and have a.
Yeah.
Have a queen.
So
okay, so let's see. We have 6 left. 6 games left. Okay, let's see at Bensku, who was for who Matthias was really cheering for. And Bensku is playing with black pieces, and he's
fighting, trying to save the game. Yeah,
but the position doesn't look very promising since those pawns are pretty strong. Also, this bishop is much better than the knight.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just winning for white. Just if some miracles happen, but other than that, yeah, it should just be.
It sometimes happens with a
Yeah,
knight
yeah,
on
of
the
course.
board.
We saw many miracles this night.
That's true. Okay, but that should prevent from any miracles, and Mike are won. So, okay, so we have slow bishops again against Eugene Rush 4.
Yeah, that should win for sure.
That should be also easy for black since those two pawns are very fast. We have congratulations from the viewers to Mikołaj. We also say congratulations to him.
So
we will see the standings in a minute when the game, all the games will be finished.
Yeah, we'll just finish with this game. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I'm not
I don't
sure
know what black is scared of.
Yeah, I don't know. He wants it's like he wants to make 2 queens. Not just
I think that he should think about making just one.
Yeah, probably.
But okay, so maybe f7 is now a threat.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Now
so
it's
yes, that was classic Zugzwang, where white didn't have good moves, so one of them had to be made, which actually didn't help the position of black pieces. Okay, so that should be promotion and okay, but now he will mate. Okay, so we have the standings. Deskrill, who is Mikołaj Nowak, won once again. Congratulations, a great performance from him. PM 93 is the second, and just the sad man, sorry, or he was the third one.
Yeah, it was kind of predictable regarding the quality of the games. It was very nice games by them. Very, very nice games. Especially the game that lasted forever with a very long game. And that
yes.
It was between number 1 and number 2. So congratulations to them.
Those games, this game was very beautiful. And to say about the second person and the third one, this Jens Schneider was at the second place, and Ayub Aluartassi is just a sad man who was the third this time.
Yeah,
so,
it's good to know who is behind the pseudo.
Yes, thank you to all participants who signed their accounts, so we know who is playing. Okay, I think that we are going to the end of today's stream. Thank you for any warm words we can see at the chat. We are very pleased that you are so active today.
Yeah.
Many thanks to the people who let us make this tournament happen, to the Unice University who founded the prize.
Yeah.
And
everybody that took part in this tournament, it was very nice to comment and to see such nice games.
That's true. Today's broadcaster was Toma Pilo, like from the beginning of our journey with Eunice University and Alliance Games. Your today's hosts were Lara Hernandez and Jan Kabzinski. Thank you, Lara. It was again a great pleasure.
Yeah. See you next year.
And see you next year. Right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
EUNICE, the European University for Customized Education, is part of the European Commission's strategy to boost higher education through alliances between universities. After almost 2 years of joint effort, EUNICE has seen the first outcomes of the project. Now the alliance opens its doors to 3 new partners who will help build the new university of the future. Our innovative vision extended to the Polytechnic Institute of Viseu, the University of Karlstad and the University of the Peloponnese. And what does EUNICE offer its students? A virtual campus, a new flexible academic offer, and the possibility to interact with students and professors from other universities. A more inclusive, more international, wider European university. EUNICE is co-creating entirely new study programs at bachelor, master and PhD level. And it already provides training in global competences, languages and a wide range of subjects in English. International, cultural, scientific and sport activities enable us to promote mobility, multilingualism, integration and intercultural knowledge among regions. Events that can, this new academic year, be held in person and will further strengthen the ties between our institutions. Partnerships with companies are another strategic focus of EUNICE, generating new professional development opportunities for students and researchers. Outstanding examples of this are the industrial workshops and the new international internship portal. Additionally, new industrial doctorate and entrepreneurship training programs will soon be launched. In the field of research, EUNICE promotes joint projects by coordinating the R&D resources and agendas of its universities and providing support for the companies